If you've been in the Guild Wars 2 community for a while, and ever asked about the best ways to make gold, you've almost certainly heard veterans mention lab farming, which is only possible during the Halloween event, which just so happens to have just begun. What is lab farming? How do you do it? And how profitable is it? Let's find out. Lab farming refers to a popular farm route where players run circles around the Mad King's Labyrinth, an instanced PvE zone only available during the Halloween event. This map is a maze filled to the brim with unique Halloween enemies, as well as doors which summon hordes of enemies or bosses. In a typical lab farm, the commander leads a squad around a route between each of the enemy spawning doors, while usually ignoring the boss doors, since they take much longer, though you'll also find plenty of groups doing the bosses as well. Your goal in this farm is to tag as many enemies as possible. That is, to just get a single hit on them, but not necessarily to kill them. Every enemy you tag can drop trick-or-treat bags, henceforth shortened to top bags. To maximize profit, you hold on to as many top bags as you can until their price on the trading post maxes out, which usually occurs during the summer. You then sell off all of your bags to finally bank your hard-earned investment. The more curious members of the audience may be wondering, why are so many people buying top bags for it to be considered one of the best gold farms? The reason is that the bags have a very low chance of dropping some exclusive items, most notably 5 different infusions that each sell for hundreds of gold, or the enchanted music box, which is worth over 8,000. Holy crap. That said, you're incredibly unlikely to get these rewards yourself unless you open thousands upon thousands of bags, so you're probably best off selling them. Now, let's discuss how to properly take part in a lab farm. First, you'll need to find a group. Mob doors spawn more enemies the more players are nearby when they're opened, and more enemies means more bags for everyone, so having a large squad is preferred. There are various guides around the internet for the proper route if you want to try to lead a squad, but otherwise you can choose one of the dozens that will be running at any given time in LFG. Next, it's good to know that you don't need a maxed out character to participate. The Labyrinth scales everyone to level 80, so you can join in with a brand new character and farm gold and XP at the same time. The lab is a super great XP farm due to how many mobs you kill. To maximize your profit, you'll want to bring a build well equipped to tag as many mobs as possible. Ideally, you want access to fast ranged attacks and good AoEs or cleaves for mob doors. It's also good practice to avoid using any knockback and keep your DPS relatively low, since this allows more people to easily tag all of the mobs. Note that mobs will still get knocked around sometimes, since leveling up causes knockback. And as just mentioned, many people farm XP in the lab because it's one of the best ways to do it. During the run, stick as close to the group, especially the commander, as possible, and never open doors ahead of time. Let the commander choose if and when to open a door, so things run smoothly. Now, let's talk money. During Halloween, the sell price for top bags dips as low as 2 to 3 silver per, but during summer and up until the next Halloween, they increase to 4 to 5. If you have plenty of storage space, hold on to bags until the price peaks. Otherwise, you can sell shortly after Halloween ends without losing out on too much. Remember, the bags themselves are what you need to sell for profit, not anything obtained from opening them. The fast farming community estimates the hourly profit of the lab farm at almost 26 gold per hour with 500 magic find. Note that this is the standard for super optimized farming, so you shouldn't necessarily expect to consistently get this much, especially if you're new. The greatest advantage of lab farming is that it is extremely easy compared to most farms of similar hourly profit. My best advice for new players trying it out is to take it easy, not stress too much about doing everything perfectly. It's also perfectly fine if you want to use the lab to just farm Halloween rewards, rather than saving up tot bags to sell later. If the lab doesn't work for you, there's plenty of other ways to get bags as well. The best way to farm gold is to do the content you enjoy. That's it for this guide. If you found this helpful, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Drop a comment down below to let me know what I should cover next. Until next time.
Your Mad King says, touch your toes! Oh, wait, you don't have any!